Hey everyone, your designers are here. I'm Anita at Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We've got tips and tricks and decorating advice for you today, so let's get started.
Today is episode 218, and we are taking a sneak peek at the trends for 2019.
The show notes for today's episode can be found at decoratingtipsandtricks.com/218.
Okay, girls, I'm giddy over this. You know how I love to see the trends.
I do love
you
those
love
trends.
a trend.
I love it because I just sort of love like that train wreck, like that rubbernecking. Like, what were you thinking?
But our listeners love it too.
Mm-hmm,
we can tell because you see the word trend and you flock.
And they
it's never too early to start looking ahead. No. And we're planners. And so we can tell you what we see coming around the corner.
So you want trends? We're going to give you trends.
And I think that, we always say use them judiciously because you don't want to do your kitchen in the whole latest trend. I use them as accessories and I love them. So when they're taking that slow train out of being out of style, then it's not a big investment. And I go, that was fun for a while and I'm ready for something fresh and new. So that's sort of our best advice.
If the trend isn't too far out there, a lot of times it will still look great in your home later. It just may not be the hottest, newest, latest, greatest thing.
Yeah. And I love that.
So just be kind of aware when you're buying something that's trendy, is this going to look so 2018, 5 years from now? Or is it kind of just feel like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe you bought that yesterday. Anyway, it's just something to keep in mind. And for those of you that don't, I think we all like to know what the trends are, but my style is more kind of not trend specific. I do a lot of things that I think are just kind of classics. So that's okay too. But I think it's an interesting thing. I think it's a fun episode. And I think it's definitely something worth listening to, even if you don't dip too much into the trends.
Mm-hmm. I so agree. All right.
And just heads up, if maybe you want to pack up that millennial pink duvet cover and think about some new wall color, or if you went that deep into it, that is leaving.
And hey, didn't that take the quick train out?
But it's like it became like a Gwyneth Paltrow color. Like, and I don't mean like her colors. I'm saying overexposure.
Oh yeah, well I know
it was everywhere.
I know.
Remember when Gwyneth was in every single movie from it got chick flicks to Shakespearean to whatever. Like every time you turned around, she was in a movie, and then everyone was like enough, go away. That's how we're feeling about millennial pink.
Okay.
Well, it's interesting because it seems to have been replaced this year with lilac. So that may be going also. Well,
I think that's also
obviously. I mean, I think that we're trendsetters. Our listeners are trendsetters. You can be a trendsetter in your community. You can pick up something that you love and run with it, and somebody sees it and they love it. Hey, that's a trend. But I think some of the air quote trend setters, the publications and whatnot that sort of proclaim what's coming down the pike. I think they were looking in my garage and they sell all those cans of black matte spray paint. Because,
ta-da! Yes, big.
I've been saying it and I've been spraying it and it is hot.
Yes, it is
Yes,
hot.
you have been. And you're right. It is the hot color. So if you're going to accent something, accent it in a matte black. And, every room could use a little bit of black.
Yeah.
Matte. And I'm going to paint my front door, but I'm not going to do matte black. I'm going to do it in a
not on your front door.
No, but the black is hot on the doors too.
Yeah, it's very.
Oh no, but black on your door for sure. But I would do like the patent, the shiny
the
on your
leather
door.
black.
Yeah, that's
right.
the classic.
Yeah. But the matte black, I'm telling you, I have sprayed everything from trash cans and made them planters to, candlesticks. Pretty much anything I can get my hands on. I can't stop with that stuff. It's fantastic. It makes everything look better.
Okay. And that color.
Never known anyone to love spray paint like you do.
Well,
girlfriend.
hey, you
It's
can't go wrong.
transformative. Like think of like what I love to do, like, this house, whatever, just find something that really needs your assistance and transform it and make it beautiful.
That is hysterical, though. I agree with you. And here's the other thing. That matte black is going with, this is coming in big. So mark my words. This is going to be big.
Write it down.
Big, big,
All right. I'm
write it down. It's warm neutrals are coming back with a vengeance. Beige, brown, black, camel, white, organic. And there is nothing, I think, prettier than that white camel, a tad of black or navy blue. That is a gorgeous, easy to live with color combination.
I love it.
And I am so glad that finally we're getting some warmer colors than the cool neutrals. So they're coming back. So if you have beige walls, people think, ooh, beige, but beige is a gorgeous color. My sonnet, I call it a soft off-white, but really it's a beige. It's an easy color to live with.
Right. And, they talk about, we've been hearing about, is it gray, here to stay, And, I have gray walls, but the interesting thing is they're such a warm gray. They're really kind of more of a putty. And that's why I went with this color gray, because it goes with the cool colors and the warm colors. And I think that's kind of the secret on that wall color, is if you can get something that kind of is a chameleon and it kind of goes both ways, you're going to be happier in the long run if you are someone who likes to change the colors out a lot in the room. Well, and I still, my heart of hearts is with the cool colors. I've always loved them. I know they're not always the heat of fat, they're not always hot, but I do still love them and I'll keep them. But I like mixing them with some of these neutrals. I love the neutrals as well. So the camels, like you said, the tan, the oatmeal is one of my favorites. I use oatmeal a lot. Mm-hmm. So
Anita,
love me some oatmeal.
Nobody photographs cool colors better than you. Seriously. I just looked at the shop today and saw those gorgeous placemats with your colors. Oh, but let me just tell you this. When I was in high school and starting college, my favorite outfit in the whole world to wear, and when I wore it, I felt so cute in it. Was like
so cute.
Because I was like 5'10" and a half in high school. I've shrunk since then. Skinny as a stick with all this long hair. And I wore this like a skinny rib neck, long sleeve turtleneck shirt that was turtleneck sweater that was real form fitting, and a little black, white, and camel herringbone mini skirt with black tights and little cute loafers.
So cute.
My gosh. I thought I was like hot stuff. But because I loved those colors, and I still do. If you look at my house. And
how fresh and great would that outfit look today? Like, that is a classic, fabulous outfit.
Mm-hmm. And we must say, I was going to say with the little Kate Spade handbag, but we're mourning the loss of Kate Spade as we're podcasting this. We just saw that she has passed. So our heart goes out to all her friends and family, and a great loss to the fashion community. But
and by the time you listen to this will be past.
This will be old. Yeah, you'll all know.
So we're actually recording a little earlier than we normally do this week.
So we just wanted to make sure that we just say our hearts and prayers go out to the families and friends. But love the black, caramel, and white. That you just it's so beautiful. So
and
they're
you can
coming in hot.
And that palette, that can be sort of very traditional, even, borderline formal. It can also do it can be transposed is not the right word. It could be utilized in sort of a California casual way. It can do a French country look. That palette goes everywhere.
It does. And I think the key to that is how much white you put into it.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even like taking that a step further, seasonally, like if you added more white, it would work. If you added more black and maybe more gray, and obviously you could throw it. Texture there knows no bounds with that color palette.
Mm-hmm. And hey, this is where matte black would work beautifully.
Yeah, baby.
With this color palette. I'm doing this color palette. Well, my house is basically this color palette, but I'm going to add a little more caramel And in my family room, I'm adding navy blue instead of maybe
Sharp.
I'm adding it
I
to
like
the
that.
black.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I'm like doing the happy dance of joy here, girls, because I want this color palette. I mean, it's pretty classic. And we talk about trends. That doesn't mean that you can't use them. That means they're just hot right now. There's a lot of things that are classic, but this is coming in strong. So bring out all those warm neutrals again.
Well, the other thing I'm seeing, the opposite, something that's low tech, but high tech, are all these smart home devices. Now we know the Alexa, those sort of things that play music or make phone calls for you or whatever. But there's other things I'm interested in reading about, like smart mirrors that might tell you if you're low on maybe, like if you need more sleep.
I don't want a smart house mirror. I'm sorry. I don't want my mirror being like, hey, maybe did you get enough sleep, or
we had. So
maybe looking a little tired there.
Yeah. Okay,
Exactly.
So a few nights ago, we had the smoke detectors beep, beep, beeping, and we thought it was the battery needed to be replaced. But no, it was doing 3 beeps, which apparently means there's a fire. But of course, there was no fire. So it was,
oh my God.
It was just, but it wouldn't turn off even though we disconnected it. The capacitor was, holding the charge. So it was like beeping for days. And, but you had to look it up to see what is 3 beeps. Is that carbon monoxide?
Oh,
Is
I
that
would just
fire?
call my security company. They'll come out.
Well, this in specifically is not connected to the,
okay.
or maybe this one is anyway, but, no, but these are just like regular smoke. Our regular smoke detectors are all connected. The newer homes, they're all wired together, and they're hardwired and they're wired together. Anyway, long story short, it's beeping. It's driving us nuts. We switched them out, and the new ones, now you don't have to go Google to say it's 3 beeps, it's 4 beeps. What does this mean? It said smoke in the house, smoke in the house. I mean, it's a voice now that comes out of the smoke detector.
And you can also look on your app. This is to mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all for me. But here's the thing. You know that both of you have the Ring doorbell, and I said I was going to get it.
Yep.
We do not get any advertising dollars or anything product from Ring, at least so far we should. But,
yeah.
So Ring, pay attention. We installed a Ring. First of all, so easy to install. I probably could have done it myself. Bobby did it, but it's so easy. Second of all, no one's come to my door in 2 days. I am so bummed. I've got the little app, and I can look to see who's come.
But our house is pier and beam, so every time, and we're in the middle of the city, so every time a heavy truck, like the garbage truck or something, or a big delivery truck comes down the street, our house bounces and this motion detector goes off. I don't think normally people are going to have that issue, but our house is kind of bouncy, so. I get a lot of motion detectors, but you can adjust it. But anyway, so that's it on that, and you'll get notifications all day long.
Well, we also we got the floodlights with the cameras, like just so we could have like almost like a 360 around our house. They're amazing and so high tech. And I think we're going to see more like the Nest products, that you can set your temperature and zones. And there's just so many great things. The only problem if you're not used to tech now that, if you're under probably like 35, 40, you're doing fine now. And we're pretty good techie, and we're sort of just a tatty bit older than that. But, anybody that's really older than that might have a little trouble. That's the only thing. Cause they don't come by it honestly. They weren't raised with it, but I love
it takes a
techie
bit.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's so many good things out there that are, might seem like there's a big hurdle to using it. But once you get rolling, if somebody can show you how to do it or install it for you, then you get, apps are pretty easy to use. And, it's just a really good idea to keep current. You don't want to be like, what's an app? Is that before the salad or after the salad? No, it's on your phone.
Some menus do say apps. And then speaking of apps, you can listen to our podcast on the Alexa.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
And what do you say to it?
Alexa, and I've got Alexas everywhere. So Alexa, play podcast decorating tips. It comes right on. Now, I probably have one in the kitchen that heard me. Can you hear? Alexa off, right? Just right there. I know. We got an Alexa for my mother for an Echo, they're called, for my mom for Mother's Day. And I have yet to go set it up for her. So that's a good reminder that I need to do that this week. She was ecstatic. Now, my mom is 87 years old, and she's just as hip and beautiful and with it as can be. And that's part of the reason. She just buys into all this stuff.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health, potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. BritBox just keeps getting better. The new Archie is amazing. And it's not the comics. It's about Cary Grant. Archie is the brand new limited series starring Jason Isaacs as Archie Leach, the man who became Cary Grant. From the award-winning screenwriter of Philomena, Archie tells Grant's born in Britain, made in Hollywood story, the dramatic grit to glamour transformation that led him to become one of the most famous people in the world. You are going to absolutely love the acting, but also the styling, the outfits, the scenery. It's the first time his story has been told in collaboration with his daughter Jennifer Grant and ex-wife Diane Cannon. The performances from Jason Isaacs and the rest of the cast are amazing, and it's only available on BritBox. So sign up for BritBox today to stream Archie and other fan favorites from any device. And we have a special limited time offer for our U.S. and Canadian listeners. Get 50% off, yes, that's 50% off your first month when you sign up for a monthly plan. But only if you go to BritBox.com and use our promotion code DTT at checkout. You're going to love Archie. So head over right now and get 50% off your first month of BritBox. Use the promotion code DTT at BritBox.com. Another trend that we're seeing coming down is sustainable fabrics. And you may not even know you're buying a sustainable fabric.
Is this like vegan leather?
Well, yes, they like to call it animal-free leather. So that is all. I used to always call that pleather, but now it's good, so don't be ashamed. Yeah, don't be ashamed of your animal-free.
That's right. Those faux fur coats used to be kind of an embarrassment, and now they're like all the she.
Yeah, you didn't think about the worms being, overworked. Well, they are, and so now we're going to have worm-free silk. You don't want to abuse the worms.
Oh,
worms should just be free to scoodle about as they want to. They shouldn't have to be slaves to make you silk. So,
making their own silk willy-nilly, right?
Exactly. And they're just they're out there, they're doing their thing, and they're not going to be a slave to making you bolts of fabric. So we don't need them anymore, I mean, maybe there's going to be a lot of unemployed worms, but there's, So they're alternatives. So, hey, I have air quote hide rug, but it's really not hide. It's faux. And I'm fine with people that have real hide rugs. I'm not going to get all, animal, what is it, PETA people on you or anything. That's people's choices. Okay. That didn't seem right for me, and that's okay. And then I found this fabulous alternative rug. It's shaped like a hide. It looks like a hide, and it's doing a great job layering in my living room. So there are alternatives out there. And now if the trend is going that way, you're going to see a lot more options. So that's good.
That's good.
Well, and I hope they're made better than the older ones were. The older folks.
Well, they always update things and make them look more realistic. Let's talk about marble. I've been.
Oh, she always wants to talk about marble.
Well,
is she going to say that train thing again?
No,
I
no, I'm not.
I'm going to say it's still hot, and it's going to be hot next year. That's my prediction.
It is. But listen to this: marble in color is hot.
I'm thinking.
I don't think it's going to take. That's what they're saying, though.
Yeah, so they're going to add color to it.
No, marble, they come like it has greens and.
Okay, but they're not going to add color to it.
No, colored marble, natural colored marble, and they say that's going to come in big. I'm not so sold on that because I think there's nothing more beautiful than the white classic. Now, I said that eventually will take the slow train out. It may take the decades. It's a classic. Don't get me wrong, but at some point, it will not be the hot thing anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
but marble in colors is supposedly going to be hot. And I'm going to call it and say that's not going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen either.
Okay.
Because let me say, okay, so marble in colors. I'm even thinking like
green? No.
Green.
That's what they're saying.
Green.
Green. But then I wouldn't here's the thing.
They're wrong.
But let's even be practical for a moment. If, there is, I don't want to say a challenge, but there are things you need to be aware of, and you can read my posts about them, about living with marble. And you need to make a big girl eyes wide open decision if you're going to go marble, particularly in your kitchen, right? Because I will say it again, and don't interrupt me, Anita. Marble etches. It does not stain. And I don't care about your friends with the pizza because I'm living with it. Okay. Let me say it again. Marble etches, but it does not stain.
Okay.
Remember that text I sent you with the red wine splotch and I wiped it up right before your very eyes?
I've seen marble.
With love, Anita.
With love.
I don't care whether it's got love or not. I'm just saying I've seen stained marble with makeup that spilled and it was stained.
All right.
I mean, I saw it with my own eyes.
Okay. Well, we are always going to disagree on that, and I'm sorry, but it kind of keeps our friendship lively.
Okay,
but here's my point.
Can I just tell you that you talked about?
Because I'm not ready to make my point.
All right, go ahead.
So my point being, you're not going to. Why get marble in colors that you have to have this extra concern about when you can get that? Let me finish. When you can get that in a granite or in a quartzite and you can achieve that color, because it's not going to give you the classic marble look, the classic Carrara look, the classic Calcutta look. It's going to give you, no one's going to know, yet you're still going to have to worry about etching. So I wouldn't do that. I think that's silly.
See, I love quartzite. I love white quartzite. First of all, but this is, again, I'm going a little off topic. What you need to know as you're listening to us, we love each other through our warts, don't we? I mean, our warts, blemishes, bumps, and everything. It doesn't matter. Like we can disagree, or we can correct each other in real life. But this is what really great girlfriends do.
I don't think we're correcting each other. I think we just have a difference of opinion.
But
and a lot of decorating is opinion. So
Anita, that's right. Fine. But in anything, but even when we're talking about other stuff, we can
What is she talking about?
She thinks I was mean to you, I think.
No, but
I'm the nice one. Anyway.
Here we go again.
Okay, Anita, let's disagree with her right there and then. But no, what I'm saying is I'm giving you a little peek into our relationship, how we can be so real with each other.
They're behind the curtain.
I think they know. I think people know.
And it's so awesome. And I wish that you would have two other girlfriends in your life that are just as wonderful as
Well, they have us. That's fine. You don't need anybody else. You just talk to us. We're there with you, babe.
We're trends.
And it's okay if you don't agree with your friends.
That's
I think
right.
that's fine.
That's
I think that's the beauty of a relationship, because when you force everyone to agree with you, you end up having no friends.
Oh yeah. Then it's, what is that? The Stepford Wives? No, we don't want to be that.
Well, you can be right. Well, this is a way I read somewhere one time. You can be right all the time, or you can have relationships.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is good.
That's funny. It is kind of fun to be right, but yeah, I like relationships.
I'm going to bring up two controversial ones.
She's I think
we just had a controversial one. You had to put a disclaimer on it.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring this up.
Oh, okay.
She's wanting to fight.
Oh, it's going to hit the fan now, Anita. Wait, here it comes.
No, they're not controversial as far as you guys.
Oh, okay.
But there were two trends that were supposed to come in the end of 2018.
And we're waiting at the station, and we're waiting at the station.
They're not going to come in. They're not going to
Which
come
ones?
in. But they say they're big next year. See, they had to, because it was the train was so slow, they had to hold it over to 2019.
Oh, no, the train has derailed.
Yeah. A cork in terracotta.
Now, see?
No. And the combination makes me want to barf. No. Bad.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah. Terracotta,
somebody's going to be waiting
although
at the train for a long time at the train station.
I'm waiting for my cork countertop to come in.
No, really, it's like cork walls, cork on walls, cork on the floor. Maybe in like high-end designer places. Yes.
I like cork platform shoes for the summer. That's about as quirky as I'm going to get.
You're much more quirky than that. But those were things that they said were going to be hot in 2018. We're not seeing it out in the like general public and in magazines and blogs and books. We're just not seeing those, but say they're coming in 2019. I'll keep an eye on those because I do remember those. And, liar, liar, pants on fire. Is this just the industry saying, we got to think of something new? What haven't we? What's in the warehouse? What do we have a lot of?
Terracotta pots.
Yeah.
That's right. Some cork boards. Sell them. Yeah, now that everybody that's listened to this, they are not going to be swayed by that nonsense. No.
They'll know. They will know.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to come up with something that I think we're all going to agree on.
Okay.
Are you just going to make it up?
I'm making it up. Of course I am.
Okay. You're doing a personal prediction. Ooh.
I am doing a personal prediction because I feel like we are talking to people. We're talking to people that write into us, that call into us, that listen to the podcast. And so I feel like we have a feel for what people are really doing and what people really want.
We do.
More so than some of these industry experts. So I just wanted to say that I feel like the things that we're providing in our decorating tips and trick shop, I feel like those are hitting the trends, and we're going to try to stay on top of trends, but stay classic and provide what people are looking for their homes.
Well, I think that that's totally on trend.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. Shop. I just want to include the link, shop.decoratingtipsandtricks.com. Okay.
One trend that is continuing, and I am a big advocate of it, and I had it as a hashtag house goal for years, is the idea of the bedroom as a sanctuary. And really, I have received emails from, and know from my close friend circle here, people I actually see live rather than my gal pals here on the podcast. I don't see as much as I'd like to in person, but lots of people say, yeah, my bedroom was the last thing I did. Oh, we did the family room. Oh, and then we thought we'd do it outside because it's got to get, nice outside. And of course we did the kids room. And, then we did the TV room because, for the kids. And they get to get kids and other people. And people do their master bedroom or their own bedroom last. And I think that the tide started to turn last year, maybe even the tail of 2017. And I think in 2019, it's not going to be feeling like you're indulging, or that you should feel guilty about buying really nice sheets, or that you should, make it so your kids could jump into bed and watch, cartoons all morning if they want to. Like, I think it's coming to the time where people realize that they need to preserve their wellness. They need to get good sleep. Lives are too busy, and that their bedroom needs to be a place of peace and calm and sanctuary. And I think that's going to reflect in the decor that's selected, the quality of fabrics and furnishings that are selected. We have our new sponsor, Purple. They're doing great mattress. I mean, has anyone else noticed that there is a resurgence of these mattress companies that are like really highly specialized and working so hard to make sure people are sleeping well? Like there's got to be a connection there, right? People need it, right? And they need to be able to be refreshed to go into the world the next day. So I think that is, firmly part of our collective culture now. What do you think?
I could not agree with you more on that one. And here I am. I'm the poster child for doing it last, because that's literally the last room we redid. And I'm sorry that we did it that way, but that's how it worked out. And I love I go up there and we have a sitting room. We're using it. We didn't go up before, and now we are. And I love it. So yeah, absolutely. So agree with that.
Yeah. It shouldn't be a place where you just enter at the end of the day and pass out because you're so tired, but yet you're not getting a good night's sleep. You should really do yourself a favor and get great sheets and get a nice mattress and put a chair in there if you can, and make sure the lighting is good. And, as Yvonne and Bobby are doing, maybe you'll enjoy it in the middle of the afternoon to catch up on emails or something. You just use it as a place where you can decompress a little bit. And
absolutely.
One other thing that's sort of an offshoot of that, and I know Anita really likes this too, and I do too for lots of reasons, but the kind of the wabi-sabi bed making, sort of slightly imperfect, a little rumply. That's cool, and that's, I think that's staying with us too.
Yeah, I think so too.
So get your linen sheets, and
linen is staying. I think linen is in.
Well, hey, such a classic.
It's a classic. I mean, it's been around forever, but it's still hot too.
It is. And here's another one that I said was going to go out, but now I'm reading it, and the leaders in the decor industry have a different take on it. Last year, they were saying, upholstered headboards are going out. They're going out. They're going out. They didn't. So now they're saying, they're going to still be big. They're going to still be big. It's like, oh my gosh, such a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they're
they're comfortable and they're inexpensive. Why would they go out? Yeah.
And they're pretty. I mean, you can, we have one for our master bedroom was like less than $150, and it looks so pretty. Yeah. So,
Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfast, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. You know, we're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And the deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order.
Well, sometimes I just wonder where they come up with some of these too.
Well, I know
maybe it's kind of wishful thinking. I don't know.
Yeah,
it is.
And we started, I think I jumped off with the, pack up your millennial pink, but I think all of those ice cream colors that were really hot, or someone was trying to make them hot last year, nah, not so much. Using, 3 or 4 scoops, if you will, in one room, orange and creamsicle and, another mint green or something like that. That's really hard to pull off. I don't think so.
Well, and, it's interesting because we've been doing a lot of looking at colors because we do have the online shop. And by far, the hottest color in decor, and I think it's going to be this way for a long, long time, is blue.
Yeah.
And I don't see that
classic
changing.
color.
And I don't know if you want to say it's a trend, but it's just that's what's hot, and it just stays hot year after year after
color.
year.
Yeah, there's something about blue that I think it's an easy color to use. There's such a range of blues that are appealing. There's red, and then as my mom and I used to say, it was mostly about clothes when we would be clothes shopping, but it's not the good red. There's a good red, and there's then there's, not a good red. And so, but there's a lot of good blues, and last year they were saying the indigo was going to be so
more
hot.
saturated.
Yeah.
Right,
and,
right.
and that is, but I think exactly what you're saying, Anita, all the blues are from, cornflower to deep navy, and everything that runs in between.
Right. And maybe the shade changes year to year, but I mean, blue. It's just, if you're looking for a color, especially not a wall color, but
right, exactly.
Decor color, the blue is always gonna, that just seems to.
But I even think like the sherbet blues, like the very baby blues and things, not so much. I think we're seeing from like a muted down, toned down blues. And then also from the mid-range to the darker. Those are the colors I think that are hot right now when it comes to blue. And blue was predicted to be a big color in 2018. And we have seen that. And it's supposed to be hot through the summer as well. I have a couple more black and white kitchens.
Yay.
Now they were trending last year. And they've become even hotter this year.
Yeah, but didn't we hear they were going? I heard white kitchens were out. I'm like,
we did hear white kitchens were out.
That's
they're such a classic.
That's silly
But they're maybe going from hot to classic, and that's okay. I think we're seeing a lot more natural wood cabinetry done in like a lighter woods or very dark woods. Not very much medium, but black and white kitchens are trending and they are hot. So. Which is I'm happy about that because I have a white kitchen with black soapstone countertops, so that's good. And the other thing, and I thought was so interesting, and this was on the horizon, the end of last year, was shapely, comfortable sofas. And I think Kelly, I actually remember you talking about this.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that
I can't remember that at all.
that they have a little more curve to them.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you remember that now?
Yeah, I do.
A little more
curvaceous. I wouldn't have remembered that on my own that I ever said that, but yes. Okay.
When I was doing, just doing a lot of research for this one, that kept coming up again. I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I remember Kelly predicting that. And a little more shape, a little more deep down, like as you sit into it, you're going to sink into it. Now, to be honest, that's not my style of sofa, but because I had been there, done that. And I don't like a sofa you have trouble getting out of. So, but they're coming back with a vengeance. And I think, again, we're seeing sofas that are in velvets and that have like the bullion bottoms and that have beautiful trim on the bottoms. Those are still hot for 2019. Yeah. And do you have any others, girls?
I've not seen anything about my beloved gold, but because I love it and because I think that it looks rockin' hot with matte black, just a little touch of it. And, it can be old worldy. You could do it in a glam sort of way. You could do it in a modern sort of way. I'm going to predict that rich toned, saturated, not glittery, but almost like gold leafy type of gold is around in accessories as well. And I think that in very tiny little touches with that cream and black and warm neutral palette that Yvonne was talking about earlier in the show, I think that is a really good look.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so beautiful. Well, girls, we've touched on the sneak peeks for the trends, and I'm wondering how much of these will come around. We're hoping that some do more than others, and some we just think they missed the boat on that one. So, but whatever the case, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Hey, everybody, we want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com, or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. When you subscribe, DTT comes free right to you 3 days a week. So until next time.